Hello beauties, hope you're doing amazing. Shaz here again, and we're gonna do another to buy or not to buy today. In these videos, I talk about new makeup and I try to talk myself out of buying anything on camera. The goal is that in the process, I will hopefully also inspire you to buy less makeup, say no to some of the makeup that's releasing. We don't need so much makeup. We can probably dupe most of what's releasing if we don't already have a dupe for them in our collection. If that sounds good, go ahead and give a thumbs up and let's get into the video. Definitely coffee because it's very early in the morning. And candle today is a caramel pumpkin. We're going towards spooky season. I've already started seeing a lot of spooky happening. I am wearing spooky nails. These I got at TJ Maxx last year. In fact, I was at TJ Maxx a few days ago and they have a whole lot of stuff of similar nature. If you're into this kind of stuff, you know that TJ Maxx is a pretty reasonably priced place. In this video, we are going to use my dupe of Witch City from Nomad to do a look. Let's get into the video. We're already going towards seeing holiday stuff revealed, which is unusual because we haven't yet seen a lot of stuff for Halloween. So I would have imagined that that would come before this, but oh well. I'm not gonna make another video talking about holiday stuff because I feel like those videos pretty much incentivize people to do more shopping. And that's not the reason why we talk about new makeup in this channel. So let me just say that there is a lot of stuff similar to every year releasing from different brands. As you know, almost every brand out there does some form of a holiday, special smaller collection packaging where they have a few samplers or maybe larger than sampler size of their stuff that you can pick up at Sephora, that you can pick up at Ulta, that you can pick up online. A lot of times these are available on their site, or they might be exclusive to Sephora, Ulta, or other stores. So if you've been waiting for these kinds of stuff from any particular brand, this is the time for you to figure out if that brand is releasing anything like that. I'm just gonna put some random photos online. None of this is anything I need or I'm gonna pick up. I'm just sort of hinting that if this kind of stuff is something you've been waiting for, now is the time, particularly if that brand has released similar packaged, smaller selection product for the holidays in the past years. I would imagine they would do it again this year. I know, for example, Fenty's is super popular. I personally have picked up lip kits that Tarte used to release back in the day. They used to release like a few of their liquid lipsticks in a package, and I used to pick them up. Too Faced similarly. I don't think they do that anymore, or they haven't done that in a few years. Let me already get started on the look because I'm not planning on being here for the rest of the day. I'm using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. If you all remember, I mentioned a few months ago in one of my to buy or not to buys that the Seahorse palette from Adept was going to be discontinued. Evidently, they have not discontinued the palette. It is coming back. You can order it in pre-order. Now, I'm against pre-orders myself, but hey, if this is your last chance to pick this palette up and you've been desperately waiting for it, this is your opportunity. I have a video of this palette swatching and talking about each of these shades and also telling you if I think it's worth it. I don't know if the re-release is discounted, but the original palette was $120 something. If you want to see my thoughts on it before picking it up, I'll put the video for you all here. But generally, I'm not for pre-orders, and I'm also not really for you going back and picking up something that released a long time ago. Let's talk about Krypane Cosmetics' Emerald City Chameleon eyeshadow palette. This one caught my attention because you all know I love new brands that I've not tried, particularly brands that have magnetic pans. I believe Krypane has magnetic pans. Can you all confirm for this for me in the comments below? And I like the color story of this palette. Neutral, so I'm not gonna go buy it, but I could see myself duping this. Do you all want to see a dupe? Let me know below. We have Lethal Cosmetics sneak peeking something, and I'm curious. Lethal is also a brand that I would like to try. Now, with the tariffs on brands that are not American, I have some reservation. There is going to be a video coming up because If you're gonna buy them from another country, is the price gonna go up? I'm also thinking the same thing about sites like Look Healthy Store. I mean, a lot of this stuff, or C Beauty Mall. C Beauty Mall definitely is selling Chinese stuff, and I wonder how much the prices would go up because of tariffs, or if you're going to be charged separate tariffs. Or are these items sort of shipped and sold inside the US without considering the tariff prices? I don't know. But you all, one thing I can tell you is I don't have extra budget to pay for tariffs. Goodness, we have so many of these new holiday kits, you know, the kinds that come as ornaments and whatnot's releasing. So definitely, you'll, if you wanted to pick anything up, start looking, because sometimes they run out of them by the end of September. So if there's one thing and you were thinking to yourself, very naively, like I would, that you would pick it up maybe in November or during the holiday sale, they might have already gone out of stock on it months before that. I feel like some advent calendars sold out by the end of September last year, which just blows my mind. Another thing that's probably exciting for the ones of you who live outside of the US, particularly in Australia, is the collaboration between Diaverne and Glaminatrix. It seems like that they're making their Dewdrops palette available through Glaminatrix. I looked on Glaminatrix website, I couldn't find it, but if I lived in Australia and I wanted more details, I would just look on Glaminatrix's socials to see where you can access this. I want to do something a little more neutral. So I'm going to go into this one, and I'm putting this in my crease. We have the September bundle from Sydney Grace, very fall appropriate, although I feel like I have a dupe for each of these shades from Sydney Grace, but I'm still interested in the blue one. Not to pick it up this minute, but generally I always have an eye for different interesting shades from Sydney Grace. Y'all, I saw this thing, Gary Cosmetics, and I don't know if any of you have heard of this brand or have tried anything from this brand. And I also don't know if these are actual glitter or just very sparkly, because I don't want to be talking about plastic glitter. It's not safe for the environment. It's also not safe for the eyes. They've found microplastic in human body, so what can I say? What can I say? I'm always against plastic. I like to be against plastic as much as I can. It's impossible to be against plastic in this day and age, but to the level that I can, I try to steer away from it, particularly that I already have so many alternatives already in my collection for these kinds of things. But if this isn't plastic glitter, I am interested. If you've tried this brand, let the rest of us know what you think. Do they really look this shifty? What you see in the picture is a new release from them. It's 9 brand new holographic singles. Each of them is $20, and the bundle is $160 something. Exorbitant price. Of course, the whole conversation around pricing for makeup is some conversation that I don't want to talk about right now. But if you're comparing the price to other similar products in the market, like the Touch of Glams of the world or the Bella Beauté bars, holographics of the world, and things like that, the prices are pretty comparable. It's just a matter of, are they as shifty or not? Now, do you need them? You probably don't. Particularly if you have a gigantic collection like me. And if you absolutely have to try, pick one or two. You don't need $170 of this. I can guarantee you're not going to use every single shade, and they're probably also not going to look that different. This is coming from someone who's been there, who already has many dupes of the same shade in her collection. Continuing with the look, and it's 8 a.m. I don't know what's going on outside. It's a Saturday. But there are a lot of cars on the road. So I apologize for the noise. I'm going to go into this beautiful purple matte, and I'm going to use this to deepen the look. You all remember Shadow of Secrets from Colourpop, and I thought this released for Halloween because it's a Halloween color story. I already have a dupe of this, y'all. Don't go buy it if you have these colors or most of these colors in your collection. But generally, I'm for picking up Colourpop palettes, generally, if you have the money, because they're reasonably priced and they are magnetic, but of course not if you already have dupes of the shades that are in them. This is going to be restocked. The restock of this is going to happen on September 11th. I'm bringing this down, but y'all, just checking your collection. a lot of these you might be able to dupe. A lot of times I think to myself, I can't dupe a shade. Then I look at my collection and I'm like, of course you can dupe this. You could dupe some of these multiple times over. Also, Colourpop loves duping itself. If you have other things from Colourpop, maybe you can mix and match some of the shades from those palettes to dupe this. I'm generally not against picking up Colourpop because it's one of those brands that has magnetic pans and it's pretty reasonably priced for a good quality. I like the quality of Colourpop mattes. And their shimmers also. But I'm still against picking up palettes just to pick up palettes. Y'all, talking about nails, Holo Taco revealed this collection, Holo Renaissance. The description says, deep crushed holographic jewels. When I read that, I kind of understand it to be holographic shades, but I don't think they are holographic. At least not in the description of each shade. It doesn't say that they're holographic. So I don't know, but they're pretty and they're very fall appropriate. But do I need? Probably not, because I already own a lot of nail polishes. And my rule of thumb, again, if you haven't watched my video where I talk about my rules for my no buy, is that I need to use the shades that I already own. Although I don't own anything from Holo Taco, but I own a lot of nail polishes that are fall appropriate. So do I need more? Probably not. Also, I just bought a few. Let me show you all. I bought these two things in my last visit to Walmart, and my way of thinking about it is that using these press-ons is way cheaper than having my nails done at a salon, and they are so cute. I mean, if you want to do the same kind of imagery on your nails, on every single nails at a salon, it's like $200+ plus tip and then some. But then I buy these things for like $6 a pop. So worth it for me, but not if I already have a lot. So then as far as I have these kinds of things, do I need to buy nail polishes that are probably not going to be used this fall season? Probably not. Notoriously Morbid seems to have a few things available this weekend. 5 mystery bags and some interesting lip shades. I'm not a fan of mystery bags. I've never gotten anything of interest in mystery bags. Although Notoriously Morbid is a brand I want to try, I don't think I would want to try them for the first time in a mystery bag. I've come to a place where if I want something, I'm going to buy it. If I don't want it, I'm not going to go buy a mystery bag just to get a bunch of things I'm probably not going to use. Okay, this is going to be a very simple look, and I'm just going to put a shimmer across the lid using BH's Base Booster. Originally, I mentioned that I want to do a neutral look, and clearly we're not doing neutral, but it is what it is. You could easily do a neutral look though with this palette. I was first thinking about using this purple shimmer across the lid. This is a beautiful sort of a lavender, but now I'm thinking, let's be a little bit more adventurous, and I'm going to use this one. This is, I don't remember which one this is, but let's do that. The video of this dupe isn't up yet, but you can check it out to figure out what shade this is when it is up. I could put a little bit of this in my inner corner. I feel like it's gonna change the direction I'm going. It might be a little bit deep for my skin tone. Maybe instead I'll put a little bit of this one in my inner corner. This one is lighter and it goes more with this shade. It's either Auric or Saffron, I think. And again, friends, I always bring the camera closer at the end to show the look from close up. So if you want to see the look, wait till the end. Okay, y'all, this is the completed look. This was supposed to be a fall look, but it ended up being a pretty summery look, and I'm okay with that. We are still in the summer, so it's all good. I have a couple more things to go, so let's do it. First one is this reveal from Touch of Glam. Now, you all know, well, if you don't know, you might want to watch a video that I think I already posted this video. I'll tag it here, about the brands that I'm very interested in, that I'm looking out for the holidays, and Touch of Glam is on that list because it's a brand that primarily has singles, and also because it's a brand that I have used some products from in the past that I really, really enjoyed. And I also use them frequently in my duping. So definitely curious to know what this is. Although the photo kind of makes it look like these might be marble shades. I don't know if those leaves are on the image or actually on the pans. So I'm curious to see what this is. Another thing that I've noticed is that I actually don't own a lot of sparkly, shimmery, different shades of the type that Touch of Glam releases that have orange, particularly deep orange in them. So I would be very curious. If you're a brand and you release multi-chrome type of stuff, I would be very curious in things that have orange in them, like a metallic orange shift. And last but not least, after so much anticipation, we have this. Gourmand Girls did not disappoint. This is beautiful. The whole collection. I love the palette color stories. We've seen this color story before. Frankly, it's not that different from this one. You know, the color story, a lot of the colors overlap. There are other palettes that also have similar color stories. You all told me that Gourmand Girls pans can be magnetic. Do you know if this palette is magnetic or not? And then, do you all want me to dupe it? I'm probably not picking anything up from Gourmand Girls right now because I can dupe this palette, and I will dupe it for you all if you want it. So let me know in the comments below. And then the other interesting and frankly exciting thing that I saw as a part of this release is the Trapped lip collection, which has 14 shades, 8 multi-dimensional shimmery ones, 6 regular ones, and 3 liquid lipsticks. So perhaps a mix of glosses and lipsticks, and you all know I'm not a gloss person, but it always catches my attention when brands release new categories of products, and I am pretty sure that Gourmand Girls was not releasing lip stuff before. So pretty exciting and definitely something I'm gonna just watch out for in the future. Let me know what your thoughts are. Which one of these releases, or maybe other releases that I didn't talk about, managed to catch your attention this week and you successfully talked yourself out of buying this week? I love you all. Have an awesome day and awesome week. And until next time, bye.